Hey Scott, how are you?
Good, Dave, good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Yeah.
I know you didn't know.
Sorry, I was a little late. I got a lot
That's
going
right.
on today.
I know, and I know you didn't know I was coming in, and I was just driving by, and I went, wow, that I was right by AE Litho, and I said, let me pop in and see if you're here. So I appreciate you coming out. And
Always welcome. Just forgive me if I'm a little short.
not a problem. So the reason I stopped in, I'm in my wearing my Politz fundraising hat. I joined the board last year at Politz in Cherry.
Really?
I did. It's an Orthodox Jewish Day School.
Well, I'm familiar with it.
And they're doing a lot of good stuff. But of course, money is always very difficult in these economic times, and we've all struggled.
Making it or spending it?
Spending it, making it, it's hard, but you can't. Spending it, you seem to be able to do, but you got to be able to make it to pay for it.
There you go.
But so we do this annual ad book to help benefit the school. And we have a tribute dinner, and we have some local honorees. We've got the rabbi who's been there for 18 years, Rabbi Glustein, and then we have our Community Leadership Award to the Rudolphs. I don't know if you're familiar with who they are.
I'm familiar with them.
And we have Parent of the Year Award is going to the Lindenberg family, who's been in the school for a long time.
They have kids in the school?
They have kids in the school, and they have kids that have also graduated through the school.
Okay, so they're loyal.
They're loyal. They're absolutely loyal. They're really good people. And we're trying to raise, a small king's ransom to help out, the board members. And we have the parent body has all given, they've all been solicited for an annual gift, and they've all contributed. The board is 100% behind it, and the board and the advisory board have made gifts. But we're going out into the community.
To what do I owe the honor?
You're in the community.
Lucky me.
Lucky you, and I know that you care about being Jewish and helping Jewish causes, even though I know you don't have any children that will attend.
My wife and I have not been blessed yet.
You haven't been blessed with kids, and I don't know even.
That's why I'm a little puzzled why the solicitation for a school.
Because it's important to have, in order to have a complete Jewish community, we need to have an Orthodox Day School, because being part of the Orthodox movement is important for the whole community. And we cover the entire spectrum in southern New Jersey, and people need to feel comfortable. And in the Orthodox movement, people will not move here if there isn't a strong school for them to send their children.
And by a strong school to send their children to, it is a Orthodox oriented.
This is it's an Orthodox oriented day school.
Okay.
They do.
Now, personally, I'm a little bit more conservative, leaning towards reform more than Orthodox. So again, to what do I owe the honor?
Well, did you have a chance to go to a Jewish summer camp when you were a child?
I did.
And the JCC is important to us in the community?
It is.
And multiple and having lots of different synagogues are important in the community?
Something for everybody.
Something for everybody. But when you look at who are the staff members in these organizations, so if I look at who the director of the JCC camp is, he's a day school graduate. And if I look at who does programming at the center or programming in the synagogues, who run the life cycle events, they're Jewish day schools. And if I want the rabbis, even if you go to a conservative synagogue, the rabbi may be an Orthodox rabbi. He or she will not even consider moving to southern New Jersey if they don't have a place to send their children to school.
And if they have such a place, why would it be Politz? Why wouldn't it be another location nearby?
Well, there are some people that want a more religious school. There's also the Kelman Brown Academy on the other side of town that's a conservative school. But as we need to have chocolate and vanilla, and we need to have choices. Some people like chocolate chip cookies. I prefer Oreos. We need people to be able to have a choice. And I have found that the people at Politz and the staff that runs it are really doing a fabulous job. They're growing the school, and it's meeting a strong need in the community. There's 180 children that are attending the school currently, and we see that growing each year as more and more people are starting to attend and move to the community and want to send their kids for a more religious upbringing.
if I were to consider a donation,
right?
would I be donating to a sustainable organization, or would I be contributing to the life support of an organization?
Well, I think most private schools are doing a little better than life support. I would like to think that it's sustaining. I think they're getting better, but it's going to take a few more years, and we're still building that foundation from a fundraising standpoint. But tuition alone does not completely cover the cost of the education. And the better the education we can give them, the better it is for the next generation. You got to remember, these are the people that are going to take care of us when we get old. So we want to take good care of them.
That certainly has its merits, but again, I want to make sure that this is an organization that will sustain and last.
I believe it will sustain. It will sustain and it will last. And that I'd love you to come to the school to see it.
I really would love to do that. In fact, before I'm in a mindset to commit to a gift of substance, I think it's almost something I need to do.
I think it's the proper due diligence for anybody, and if you have some friends that you think that would also like to see what's going on and kind of look behind the walls and take a peek behind the scenes, we would love to show the school to anybody that would want to come and see it.
That in and of itself is certainly encouraging, that transparency is there, because I need that as a potential donor to feel as if it means something.
Well, I will tell you that, I come from a conservative background, and I've lived in the Cherry Hill area for my entire life. And when I started getting into the school, I used to just make donations to the school, but I didn't really come. And yeah, they invited me, but I kind of blew them off. But this past spring, about 8-9 months ago, I started getting involved, and I find it to be amazing. When I come to the school during the day, I find that I take more when I leave because of what I've learned from the kids than maybe what I've left behind from putting the time in to help put the school on the right track. And they've done a great job, and and they don't make me feel that I'm less because I'm not as religious as them, or I do things on Shabbat that maybe they don't do. Their opinion is, if you're happy to help us, we're happy to help you. And
there's a kindred spirit.
There is a kindred spirit, it's a good word.
We're all the tribe.
We are all one big family. And so what I'd like to do is I'll leave you the ad sheet, which you can review, once I leave. There's an email on the bottom.
I see you, sir.
And there are ad listings that start as low as $36. And, if you became the platinum sponsor, that's a table of 10 at $10,000. That would be fabulous. But obviously, I don't know how well business is going this year for you. But whatever help you can give us would be greatly, greatly appreciated.
Is this an annual event, Dave?
It's an annual dinner.
So this is the 3rd annual, 4th annual, 10th annual?
This is a lot. I'm not sure how many.
It's many years.
Oh yeah,
several years.
It's in the decades. It's not in. It's not a brand new school. They did build 10 years ago a beautiful addition when they started expanding the school. They used to only go up through the lower school, and then they added the middle school. And over the last few years, they're starting to fill that up, and they're doing well with it. And again, it's more because we have more and more people. I noticed that when on the high holidays when I'm going to shul, or on Saturday when I'm going to shul or going someplace, the amount of people that you see walking on the east side of town that are Shomer Shabbos, that was never there 5 years, 10 years ago, that you see more and more people following, a more religious life than maybe you and I follow.
Yeah, that's encouraging in and of itself. Now look, I'm a big fan of collaborative. As you know, my wife and I support Kelman Brown.
I do know that.
Yes, and we've always believed that together we stand, divided we fall. Is there a spirit of collaborative engagement?
There is. I mean, the schools are working together to build an endowment program through the Jewish Community Foundation. So not only do we have the two schools working together, we have the greater community through the foundation.
The foundation, by rote, the federation.
The federation.
Okay.
And the Federation supports both schools as well.
And-
So we do get a broad community.
And there is an outreach program to the synagogues, whether they are Reformed, Conservative, Orthodox, or
There
whatever.
are, there are.
Again, something for everybody.
There is something for everybody.
I've always believed in strength in numbers.
And we also have a program that even for children that might have special needs, we can build a program inside the school to help them and make sure that they can get an education as well. So we're willing to,
That spirit of inclusion.
you don't just have to be at the upper level. We have of all
Yeah,
levels.
the spirit of inclusion.
Inclusion is important.
Yeah,
And the rabbi really feels strongly about that.
it's commendable.
So, again, if you can, talk about it with the powers to be, see if Cindy, we'd love to have you. I
That
have
is
room
the
at-
power that be.
That's the part. We have room at my table, so
Mhm.
if you guys are at, that $1,000 level or higher, it includes 2 tickets to the dinner, and I'd love you to sit with me.
Okay. Well,
Great.
It's,
I
it's,
know you're
it's-
busy.
It's something that came at me out of the blue.
Right, I know you didn't know I was stopping in,
You'll
so-
forgive me for not answering you now.
That's fine, but I'll follow up in a couple of days.
Absolutely.
Great, and I have your number.
I promise I'll take your call.
Thanks,
I
Scott.
promise I'll consider it.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.